Our next topic po is the paradigm shift from chemical-based to a greener disinfection. Next slide, please. Anolyte is the new alcohol. Ito po yung ating napakagandang pag-uusapan. So next slide, please. Our next resource speaker, Engineer Danielson Kulaniban, has the field of expertise po sa water and wastewater treatment, pollution control, and management. He was also an STP, WTP, and WWTP in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and a QA supervisor in Mina Vida de Mindanao Corporation. Next slide, please. He is also a graduate of Chemical Engineering and Technological Institute of the Philippines, took and passed the Licensed Chemical Engineering Licensure Examination last November 2011 with flying colors. Ito po ay pang top 5. Fifth placer po ito sa top 10 November 2011 licensure examination. Next slide, please. Also a proud member of STEM Circle of the Philippines and Institute of Chemical Engineer of the Philippines. Pero bago po natin siya tawagin, we would like to take this opportunity na makapagpa-photo op po. Kasi yung iba po nating kasama, medyo nagiging unstable ang kanila pong internet. So, bago po tayo mag-move on dun sa ating pong susunod na topic, I would like to invite everyone to turn on their cameras and mag-smile po tayo, yung pinaka-best na smile po natin. Kung mga naka-face mask po kayo, for a while, huwag niyo pong ilagay sa baba. Tanggalin po natin ng tama yung ating mga face mask. Sige po. Tanggalin muna natin, sir, yung ating screen share. Sir Alex. Patanggal muna po ng ating screen share. Photo op muna po tayo kasi it's really a privilege na makasama po natin ang ating medical director. Kaya lang napaka-busy po ng ating doktor, and napaka-busy po ng araw niyan. So please turn on your cameras. Ayan na. Thank you so much. Ayan, patanggal muna po ng mga face mask, ng mga face shield. Mabilis lang po ito. Dahil pinaghandaan po natin ito. Pasensya na po talaga. Alright. And model na si engineer ng ating machine. Okay? Hintayin lang po natin yung iba natin kasama. Please turn on your camera. Tingin lang po tayo dito. Sir Rafael, Ma'am Arlene, we would love to see you. Wag muna po kayong lumita, baka po mangawit ng mabuti yung inyong mga facial muscles. Hintayin lang po natin yung iba natin mga kasama. Thank you so much for turning on your cameras. Sir Dean, sana po makasama namin kayo sa picture. Ma'am Lady, Sir Gilbert, Ma'am Claudine. Calling out the Oppo user, Sir Rafael. Sir Kevin is on the way pa. Nakikita natin sa camera. Alright. Sige po. Picture po tayo. May mag-join po sa akin dito isa pang magandang nilalang. Alright, picture po tayo. In 3, 2, 1, smile! One moment lang po. Isi-send lang po natin yan sa group. And then, let's take another one. Next page po tayo. Napakarami po natin. Hindi po tayo kasya sa isang screen. Alright. Sige po, smile po tayo ulit. In 3, 2, 1, smile! Ay, nawala sila. Sige po, connecting lang po tayo ng saglit. Hold on to your smile. I-connect lang po natin ang iba. Nawawala po sila. Let's smile in 3. Ayan, connecting. They are connecting. Pasensya na po, mga ngawit ng kaunti ang inyo pong mga panga. Dahil nagko-connect pa po yung iba nating kasama. Pasensya na po. Alright, so give me your best smile in 3. Ayan, nag-connect na naman po sila. Pasensya na po ng mabuti. Okay. Alright, and give me your best smile in 3, 2, 1, smile! Alright. Let me copy that and send to our group. Yan, later po, ipopost po natin ito dun sa ating page. But for now, let us continue po with our topic. Yan, I already introduced. And again, let's call on our
Before we move on po, we would like to thank Dr. Edwin Ben po, no, on behalf of the Sanibreeze family. So we thank you, Doc Ben. Very insightful talk, and we always look forward, no, to your the knowledge you can share about our product, and if anything about medical, we salute you po. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge about. I think Dr. Edwin Bien has to go na po, no, dahil there are patients po na ano po ni Doc. Thank you very much po. Looking forward to our next webinar po.
Maraming salamat, everyone. This is a good mission that you have decided to go to. So I am happy to be part of it. Salamat sa lahat. Bye for now. Until the next time.
Thank you so much, Doc Ben. It's been a pleasure po talaga na palagi po kayo nandyan. Every time na kailangan po namin ng guidance po ninyo. Salamat po ng marami. Alright.
So, Doc, thank you po.
God bless po. Let's continue to make the world a safer place for all of us and to the next generation. Okay.
Okay. I think we can move on to
Right.
our next topic.
Okay. Yan. Thank you so much. So let us again call on to our next speaker, Engineer Danielson.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you for the nice introduction, Nurse Abby. Thank you, Sir Renzo and Sir Joey, for the support, for being a part of your family. So, I'm very grateful na naging part ako ng family. So for today, we will discuss about this, no, yung di-discuss ko, what is hypochlorous acid, kung ano yung mga properties niya, and then what are the advantages of using hypochlorous acid, at yung mga applications kung saan pwede natin siyang gamitin. Okay, next slide please. Now, did you ever find yourself na naglilinis ka, nagsasanitize ka, and then you're doing disinfection using the chemical-based disinfectants? Di ba nakakapagod? Kasi, share ko lang yung naging experience ko, no, during the COVID-19 outbreak, nasa bahay ako. Kasi syempre, yung tatay ko sobrang conscious yun eh. Talagang malinis yun eh. Pag pag naglilinis yun ng bahay, gumagamit yun ng Clorox, yung sodium hypochlorite, which is yung ginagamit niya, yung available sa market, which is yung 5.25%. Which is syempre pag ginagamit niya yun, talagang masakit sa ilong, di ba? Although yung disinfection is disinfect yung bahay, syempre doon, umaakit kami ng second floor para mag-take effect o malinis yung bahay namin. And which is yung lahat kami doon affected, lalo na yung nanay ko. Yung nanay ko kasi may history siya of having asthma eh. So, nakakapagod. So, it creates another problem. Although yung ating disinfection, so, in the long run, meron palang effect itong mga chemicals sa ating, yung mga chemicals na ginagamit natin sa katawan natin. Ito yung isa sa mga source na nakuha ko. So, this is based on University of California, Berkeley Center for Environmental Research and Children's Health. So, yung mga chemicals pala na ginagamit natin or available dun sa market, it affects air quality. It can trigger health problems such as asthma. Tama naman ito kasi itong study na to, so pinag-aralan nila na yung lalo na yung mga bata. So, sila yung mas sensitive dun sa mga chemicals. Na through time, in the long term na ginagamit natin siya, so we develop yung mga respiratory illnesses, no? So, ayun yung nangyayari sa kanya. And then, next slide please. Ito, meron tayong demographics, which is based on the Center for Disease Control and Prevention Morbidity and Mortality Weekly Report, which was published on May 2020, that about 1 in 3 adults use chemicals or disinfectants unsafely while trying to protect against COVID-19. Kasi itong mga, yung mga chemical-based disinfectants na ginagamit natin, let's say, for example, bleach. Diba minsan, nagdadagdag pa tayo ng mga household cleaners. Yung mga household cleaners, since they are basic in nature, and it contains ammonia, nagkakaroon yan ng reaction eh. So, pag nagkaroon sila ng reaction, it produces toxic chlorine gas, which is kasama sa atin, kasama sa katawan natin. It is very toxic. Na imbes na yung ating disinfection, so although you solve the disinfection problem, nakadagdag na yung problema kasi it also affects our health. Okay, next slide please. So, ito yung ginagawa namin na to sa Sanibreeze. So, we conducted a revolution. Ito tinatawag namin na paradigm shift. Actually, pag sa mga scientists, when they heard the term paradigm shift, na-excite sila. Kasi meron palang mas maganda na alternative. Na from chemical-based disinfection, pwede pala tayong mag-disinfect in a safer way. So that's why we want to educate our consumers na we have alternative disinfection that is much safer and more environmental friendly. Okay, next slide please. Okay, so bago muna tayo mag-proceed sa lecture natin, no? Papakilala ko muna kung sino to si Michael Faraday. So, para makilala natin siya ng gusto, so let's watch this short video. Hello. I think may problema yata tayo sa video natin. Pero explain ko na lang kung ano yung naging discovery niya, no? Na, which is important. Kaya we have Anolyte solution. Ay, ito na pala. Yes. Wala siyang phone. Nasalita. Yes.
Yung engineer, maybe we can explain the video na lang, what the video is about.
Sige po, okay na po tayo doon. So, sorry for the inconvenience, no? Pero ang importante doon, dun sa video na napanood nyo, sorry, wala lang audio, yung importance of discovery ni Michael Faraday. Kasi without the Michael Faraday's discovery of electricity, kasi yung electricity, which is alam naman natin, is maganda naman yung yung it runs our economy. So without electricity, hindi magmo-modernize yung pamumuhay natin. Pero kung hindi natin alam, so next slide please. So I explain ko yung yung importance niya. Next slide po. Okay, thank you. So, using yung technology, which is what we call yung electrolysis, so we can combine two natural compounds which are present in large quantities sa nature natin, which is yung water and salt, to form a brine solution. And then, we pass it through electricity, to the process of electrolysis, to produce a powerful disinfectant, which is what we call hypochlorous acid. So itong hypochlorous acid na to, so it is an ideal disinfectant and sanitizer, which is non-toxic, non-corrosive, effective in various forms, meaning na marami siyang application na pwede natin paggamitan. So it depends on the concentration kung saan natin siya gagamitin. And at the same time, it is affordable. Next slide, please. So, kagandahan nitong hypochlorous acid, so ang structure niya kasi, so it is similar sa tubig. And due to this, so marami siyang uses. Like for example, so it takes advantage of its strong oxidizing properties, like yung mga chemicals na ginagamit natin sa market, like bleach and other disinfectants. And then since yung hypochlorous acid, so since ang property niya is same as water, so pH niya is neutral. So in effect, so it will not affect yung mga organs in contact, like yung sa balat natin, eyes, skin, eyes, saka yung mucous membrane natin. And dahil din sa mga property na ito, so this gives yung germicidal efficiency ng hypochlorous acid, since neutral nga siya. Kasi ang mga pathogens natin, ang cell walls niya it is electrically negative in nature. Yung bleach kasi, yung sodium hypochlorite, so it contains chlorite ion. So since negative siya, so alam naman natin yung negative charge or like charges repel each other. So nire-repel lang siya nung cell wall. So making it ineffective. However, yung hypochlorous acid natin, since neutral nga siya, so it can easily penetrate dun sa cell wall ng pathogens natin. And then once it penetrates dun sa cell walls of the pathogen, so nagiging effective disinfectant siya for biofilm control. It destroys yung mga molds, fungi, and microorganisms, including virus. So once nakapasok na siya doon, so dinidestroy niya yung mga proteins inside the pathogens. Kasi ang structure niyan ang structure niyan, so it is, kung naiisip nyo, so it is like a deck of cards. Na kapag kinuha mo yung isa doon, matutumba siya. So ganun din ang mga pathogen. So ganun ang structure nila. So at yun ang ginagawa ng hypochlorous acid. So it attacks yung protein, which is responsible dun sa structure of the pathogen. So it bursts out through the process of lysis, no? Next slide, please. At ang kagandahan nitong sa product namin, which is yung Anolyte solution, so yung hypochlorous acid natin, so it is naturally present in our body. So it is generated and activated by the white. Alam naman natin, so ito yung sundalo ng ating katawan na that fights off infection and destroys yung mga invading pathogens na pumapasok sa katawan natin. Kasi since time immemorial, 10,000 years ago na nabubuhay ang tao. At ilang pandemic na rin ang pinagdaanan natin. Like, if you know, yung Black Death, Spanish flu, meron pang MERS-CoV, and even SARS-CoV-2 and COVID-19. However, nakasurvive tayo. And we're thankful to the white blood cells as our first line of defense, which produces hypochlorous acid in minute quantities or very small quantities, which is responsible for fighting off infection. Okay, next slide, please. So ito, so we make a comparison of disinfectants. Yung sa product namin, which is yung Anolyte, and then yung mga traditional chemical base that are available in the market, such as bleach, alcohol, and quaternary ammonium compounds. So yung mga active ingredients niya, so yung for Anolyte, so that is hypochlorous acid, for bleach is sodium hypochlorite, alcohol is ethanol, and for quaternary ammonium compound, so that is benzalkonium chloride. So, and then sa baba, so yung concentration, in which effective siya for disinfection. So as you notice, yung hypochlorous acid natin, so that's, we only did 500 ppm for us to attain disinfection or 0.05%. So compared to the other traditional chemical-based disinfectants that are available in the market, so yung kay sodium hypochlorite, so that's 5.25%. So if you check the label, so yun ang concentration niya. 3%. And yung benzalkonium chloride is 5%. So as you notice here, it needs a higher concentration for us to attain disinfection. Pero yung Anolyte natin, ang kagandahan nito, 500 ppm lang. Effective na siya. And it can kill 99.99% of all the known pathogens na diniscuss ni Doc Bien kanina. So, it is very effective. Okay, next slide, please. Now, we will discuss the applications of Anolyte. So, marami siyang applications na pwede natin paggamitan. So, iisa-isahin natin yan. Okay, next slide, please. Unang-una, yung sa spraying. Ito kasi yung yung most widely used application of Anolyte. Kasi, yung mga surfaces natin, kasi madalas yan hinahawakan eh. Diba? Like, sa discussion kanina, sa kamay nang gagaling yung mga microorganisms and pathogens. Yan sila dumidikit. Siyempre, lahat ng mga bagay na hinahawakan ng ating kamay is contaminated na with pathogens. So, ang ginagawa natin to remove yung mga pathogens sa surfaces, so ni-spray natin yon with Anolyte. So, ni-spray natin siya sa mga surfaces like yung mga common places na like bathroom, sa kusina, yung mga equipments na hinahawakan natin, katulad nito, yung mouse ko, madalas ko hawak. So, mag-spray lang ako. Mag-spray lang ako ng Anolyte. It can kills the bacteria kung ano man na present doon. Okay, next slide please. Ito maganda. Ito, one of our future plans, no, actually, pwede mo siyang gamitin in dosing system. Kasi, in my experience, ako, nag-abroad ako sa Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And then, one of our projects that we handled is yung water treatment plant. So sa water treatment plant, so titreat kasi nila, kasi doon sa Middle East, ang problema nila doon, as you all know, yung supply ng tubig. Which is actually, mas mahal pa nga ang tubig doon kaysa sa gasolina. To give you an analogy, ganito ang presyo niya. No? To give you an idea. Kung bibili ka ng 1 litro ng tubig doon, ang mabibili mo na sa 1 litro ng tubig doon is 8 litro ng gasolina. So, ibig sabihin, mas mahal pa ang tubig doon kaysa sa gasolina. So, talagang doon, necessity nila ang paggamit ng tubig doon. Ngayon, doon sa mga water treatment plant nila for chlorination, ba sa treatment to ng swimming pool, they don't use sodium hypochlorite, which is yung bleach. Ang ginagamit nila for chlorination of their swimming pool is hypochlorous acid. Kasi pag sa swimming pool, syempre, from your experience, sino ba naman hindi mahilig mag-swimming, di ba? Kasi di ba, from our experience, pag nag-swimming tayo, pag matapang yung chemicals na ginagamit doon sa swimming pool, so it irritates our eyes, namumula yung mata natin, nagdadry yung skin natin, lalo na pag mainit, minsan nagpapaltos pa yan eh, so masakit. However, dun sa project namin doon, they use hypochlorous acid. So, since ang pinados namin is napaka-konti, and then, almost water lang siya, so, wala siyang, yung mata mo hindi namumula, hindi nangangati yung balat mo, para ka lang nagsiswimming sa tubig. Ganon ang experience doon. So, it is also used for water treatment. Bawa, kailangan mo ng drinking water. So, mag-dose ka lang doon ng hypochlorous acid. And then, your water can now be drained. Kasi ang product natin ng Anolyte solution, meron tayong NSF certification. Which means na pwede mo siyang gamitin for drinking water. Okay, next slide please. Mold remediation. Even though Anolyte is a water-based solution, molds is killed on contact. So, kung makikita nyo dito, so pwede natin gamitin yung Anolyte for killing yung mga molds. Lalo na yung mga product na, for example, yung wood. Kasi yung wood, lalo na pag nabasa, is inaamag eh. So, syempre, kailangan i-restore natin kung ano siya. So, for us to do that, so ginagawa na sa other countries, so they use Anolyte solution for mold remediation. Okay, next slide please. Next slide po. Salamat. And now, next application will be frozen. So, it can be dosed into ice machines to create sanitized ice. So, ito, tinitingnan din namin to. One of the magiging applications ng Anolyte in the future. Kasi yung ice, kasi diba ginagamit pa rin siya sa mga shipping companies to provide preservation, lalo na yung mga nanguhuli ng mga malalaking isda. Kasi ipinipreserve nila sa ice yan eh. So once na-preserve nila sa ice, contaminated siya. So maapektuhan yung quality ng fish mo. Kaya when you use Anolyte solution, so mapapatay natin yung mga microorganisms that is present dun sa tubig. That will affect yung quality of our product, which is yung fish. Kaya to ensure na pag dinala sa atin dun sa market, fresh pa siya. Di ba maganda? Okay, next slide please. And then, ito, ang kagandahan nito, so concentrated. So actually ito, yung Anolyte solution natin, so pwede mong i-adjust yung concentration niya, no? Depende kung saan mo siya gagamitin. Like for example, sa mga hospitals at saka sa medical fields, since mas pataas yung high risk of contamination na meron doon sa place na yon, so we can use yung concentrated form of Anolyte solution, which is 500 ppm. And then, pwede mo siyang i-dilute, let's say from 100 ppm, para magamit mo siya as hand sanitizer or pang-spray dun sa mga bagay na sinusubo ni Bibi. At yun ang kagandahan sa product natin because it doesn't impose risk unlike yung mga traditional based chemicals na ginagamit natin. So, pwede mo siyang i-spray sa mga plants o sino ba yung mga plantitos, plantitas dyan na mahilig mag-alaga ng plants. So, safe siya gamitin. As well, dun sa mga pets, yung mga mahilig mag-alaga dyan ng aso at pusa, so pwede din natin i-apply yung Anolyte solution po natin. And as well to us humans. So, it is safe. Next slide. Ito. Ito na yung to answer yung question of one of our audience o participant. So ito, compare lang natin, no? So what are the differences between a fogging machine, a diffuser, and purifier and humidifier? So yung so unahin muna natin yung air purifier. Kasi itong air purifier, so meron itong mga filters that removes airborne contaminants. So ano ba itong mga airborne contaminants na to? So some of the airborne contaminants na present dun sa air is yung mga allergens, yung mga substances that cause allergies. Dust, yung mga alikabok, yung pet danders, yung mga balahibo ng mga pets natin, molds, spores, bacteria, and smoke, which is invisible to the naked eye, yung hindi natin nakikita. So, yung air purifier, so it has the capability to trap those. And yung air purifier, so it is beneficial for asthmatic and allergy sufferers. And for those people who want clean air. Tapos yung humidifier, so ang purpose naman ng humidifier, so it adds moisture to the air to soothe irritation caused by dry conditions. Kasi pag dry yung hangin natin, lalo na pag yung sa mga asthmatic patient, so it can cause irritation eh. Kasi dry yung air. So to solve that, so we add moisture to the air by using humidifier. So dire-remove niya yung dry air. Yung sa diffuser naman, so ang purpose naman niya, so it disperses the solution. Yung solution na yun, yung essential oils, what we call essential oils, which gives aroma doon sa room to give its natural fragrance. At saka madalas ang application nito, so it is mostly used for therapeutic applications. At yung fogging machine natin, ito maganda sa fogging machine. Kasi ang mga pathogens natin, so they are airborne. So when you say airborne, so natin lang siya sa hangin. So habang nagsasalita ako dito, so without knowing it, since hindi nyo nakikita, nakasuspend na pala siya sa air. So ang ginagawa ng fogging machine natin, so it produces mist. So when you say mist, pinapaliit natin yung particle size niya na mas maliit pa doon sa mga pathogens, airborne, or nandun sa hangin. And from that, since it's suspended in the air for a long time, so it increases the chance it makes contact with the pathogen. And that's the reason why na nagiging effective siya, particularly when disinfecting a larger room. So ang kagandahan nitong fogging machine natin, so it is beneficial to asthmatic patients since yung Anolyte solution natin can be also used as a nebulizer. Saka since ang Anolyte solution natin, so it mostly contains water, so we're also adding moisture dun sa air. So it also acts as a humidifier. Na one of the factors that treats yung mga patients with asthma. So, ang kagandahan nito, so it removes dry air, bacteria, viruses, molds, and lahat ng mga pathogens that are present in the air. Okay, next slide please. Ito na. My favorite part. So this is the so compare lang natin yung hypochlorous acid to other disinfectants na traditional chemical base na kilala sa market. Kasi yung mga consumers natin so dito sa column na to, ito yung hinahanap ng mga desirable characteristics of the disinfectants that the consumer wants. Kasi syempre, titignan nila kung broad yung bacterial spectrum niya, it means that it can kills yung mga well-known pathogens, mga viruses, yung that it na kaya niyang patayin. So, like SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19, so it also kills coronavirus. And then yung germicidal efficiency, tinitingnan din nila. Siyempre, kung ikaw ba naman ng consumer, papayag ka ba na yung disinfectant, example na sa vaccine, di ba? Na pag yung sa Sinovac is 50% efficient lang siya. So, ang mga tao, skeptical sila na magpabakuna. So, ganun din sa disinfectant. So, we ensure na yung germicidal efficiency niya is mataas. So, ang preference nila, so, as we claim that it is 99.99% efficient. So, 99.99% kill. And then yung it can sterilize the air. Siyempre, walang skin irritation. Pag in-apply mo siya sa balat mo, walang reaction, hindi magkakaroon ng allergies, hindi mangangati, hindi magda-dry. And then safe to ingest, lalo na pag meron tayong mga babies. Kasi kung ang mga babies, kung ano sinusubo mo. At pag nag-apply tayo ng disinfectant, so kailangan safe to ingest na kahit masubo man ni baby, we have nothing to worry about kasi it is food grade, so it no impose risk. And the safe sa mucous membrane natin, and then it can remove odor, and then kill stubborn bacteria. So as you notice, all of those qualities or desirable characteristics na hinahanap natin sa disinfectants, only Anolyte solution can offer. So kasi lahat yan i-check. However, dun sa ibang mga traditional base, so may mga limitation. Kasi yung iba, limited lang yung germicidal efficiency niya, effective lang siya within this ganito. So sa lahat ng products that are available in the market today, only Anolyte solution can provide all the desirable characteristics that the consumer wants to sa disinfectants nila. Next slide, please. Thank you. Maraming salamat.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Danielson, for that very insightful talk. So right now, ano po natin, let us discuss and answer naman yun pong ating mga questions on the chat box. Yan, search lang po natin a question from, alright, question from Sir Jose Rene Miliatante. What is the pH? How come it's called hypochlorous acid and then the pH is neutral? Yan, very interesting po, engineer.
Okay. Thank you for that question, Mr. Jose. That's a very nice question actually. So discuss ko muna what is pH. So kasi ang pH kasi, so it measures the acidity or basicity ng mga substances. So to give you an example, halimbawa, kumain ka ng lemon, kalamansi, di ba maasim siya, di ba? So, ang pH niya is mababa. So, it means your pH is below 7. So, yun ang ibig sabihin nun. Yung, on the other side, meron tayong mga compounds with what we call base. So, ang example nito is yung mga household cleaners na available sa market. So, they are basic in nature kasi ang pH nila is above 7. Tapos, meron naman tayo yung tubig na ang pH niya is 7. And then, regarding sa question niyo po, sir, na how come yung hypochlorous acid tapos neutral yung pH niya? Kasi ang hypochlorous acid kasi, ang efficiency kasi niya is nakadepende sa pH. So, kailangan, para yung hypochlorous acid, as hypochlorous acid lang siya, HOCl, so kailangan ang pH mo is neutral. Kasi anong mangyayari pag nag-out of range ka doon? Halimbawa, ang pH mo is below 7 or above 7. So, ang mangyayari kasi doon, yung hypochlorous acid mo, ang mangyayari kasi doon, mag-dissociate siya into hydrogen ion and hypochlorite ion. And which is all know, yung hypochlorite ion, pag ganun ang nangyari sa kanya, once it enters dun sa cell walls of our pathogen, ire-repel lang siya. So, mawawala yung efficacy niya. So, that's why, ang tinitingnan namin sa hypochlorous acid, so, pH sensitive siya. Na kailangan, we maintain yung neutral pH range, kung saan yung hypochlorous acid mo will exist sa hypochlorous acid. I hope that I answered that question very clearly, sir. Thank you.
All right. So we hope that answers the question po regarding the hypochlorous acid being neutral in pH. Next question po from Ma'am Pamela Mahilo. Sir, can I use this with my essential oil if I put it in my diffuser and make it linen spray or home sprays?
Okay. So that's another good question. Thank you for your question, Miss Pamela. So to answer your question, so yung kasi 'di ba yun ang purpose kasi ng diffuser. So ang madalas kasi nilalagay doon is yung essential oil. So actually pwede naman gamitin yung diffuser natin. Kasi ang purpose lang niya is to diffuse yung aroma that is contained doon sa essential oil. Para mag-spread out yung fragrance dun sa room. And then your question, if you can make it a linen spray and home spray. So, actually pwede naman. Kaso ang magiging problema lang nun, if you use kasi yung mga sprays, mas malalaki kasi mga particle size nun, hindi siya magsususpend sa air. So, it will not stay for a longer time.
If I may add po, no, I think the question is if pwede po i-mix yung essential oil with Anolyte. To add to that, I think the answer to that is hindi, HOCl is very sensitive. So we cannot mix other chemical or other liquid with Anolyte. So it will affect the property and the disinfecting power of Anolyte.
Okay.
Answer the question.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Renzo. Dagdag ko na lang din, no? Kasi yung hypochlorous acid natin, tama naman yung sinabi ni Sir Renzo. So, ano siya, very sensitive. And that's the reason why we discourage to add fragrance dun sa product natin. Kasi once we add fragrance dun sa product natin, so it will reduce its efficacy. Kasi pwede magkaroon siya ng reaction with hypochlorous acid, madidilute natin yung concentration niya. So, that's the reason why na we discourage to use fragrance sa product natin. Okay, thank you.
All right. And just to seal that, ang purpose naman po natin ng disinfection is to kill the viruses. If we intend to have the fragrance, maybe we could use it on other forms. Maybe you could use your humidifier with the scent po. Pero pag ang goal po natin is to disinfect, better kung water or diluted po na anolyte or even the concentrated. We already given you the dilution table kanina and its efficacy. Yun po yung recommended natin. If intended natin to disinfect, anolyte lang po. No need to add yun pong ating mga fragrance or additives kasi definitely makaka-apekto po yun sa efficacy niya. But kung gusto niyo pong gamitin ang inyo pong ang goal naman po natin ay magpabango. We could do that after the disinfection po para hindi lang siya malinis at disinfected, mabango pa. Alright. So let us move on to the following question. Ito naman po, ito po ay related doon sa ating mga application. Kanina po, nabanggit natin yung iba-ibang ways kung paano tayo gagamitin ng Anolyte. Sabi po dito ni Sir Alex, does it mean na si fogging machine is better than the three? Since fogging machine is combination of three.
So, okay. So, that's another good question, Sir Alex. Maganda kasi ang fogging machine natin kasi it can do the work as a humidifier. So, meron siyang diffuser and then ano yung
Air purifier.
as air purifier. Kasi yung fogging machine natin, yun nga, like I discussed before, so it kills yung mga pathogens na airborne that is present sa hangin natin. And then, it also acts as a humidifier kasi ang product naman natin, it contains water. So, you're adding moisture dun sa air natin. And then, so, yung sa air purifier natin, so, it can deactivate yung mga allergens na present din dun sa air. So, it is a very good product kasi of three equipments by only using one. Okay, thank you.
And also to add to that, no, engineer, the most important ingredient that we have is the anolyte. Because it does the work, no, of disinfecting ayun nga, the viruses, the pathogen. So, yun, this is the most important ingredient that we have, that we can use to kill yung mga bacteria and viruses.
Exactly po.
Alright. Yan. So, kapag enclosed area po, fogging is the best. And the solution po that we use in any form man po yan yung maganda natin gamitin. And since hindi natin madadala yun pong ating fogging machine sa labas, we could use our sprayers instead. Okay? Next po nating katanungan ay manggagaling po kay Sir Chris. Is it still effective if we use the anolyte solution in diffuser and humidifiers? And how on nano mist sprayers? Kasi there are a lot of machines po outside, Pero is the anolyte itself effective po or will it work for the nanogun, for the humidifiers, for the diffusers?
Okay. So that's another good question, Sir Chris. So to give you an answer to that po. So unahin ko muna yung sa humidifier kasi actually it is one of the applications of anolyte. Lalo na pag if you're using it is very suitable for disinfecting very large areas. Like yung mga buildings, yung mga offices, saka yung mga hospitals, ganun. So, ang ginagawa kasi nila, so, they induce yung anolyte solution dun sa humidifier. Yung nilalagay nila yun dun sa air handling unit nila, which carries large volume of air kasi nagpapalit sila dun ng air. So, once it carries out a large volume of air, pinapalitan mo siya. So, you also disinfecting yung hangin na nandun sa area. So it is very effective for, you can also use the Anolyte solution for humidifiers. Yung sa diffuser naman, actually pwede rin naman, pero kasi ang purpose kasi of the diffuser is for you, ginagamit kasi siya for essential oils para to spread out yung aroma which is contained dun sa solution dun sa room na ano yun natin, kung saan mo siya i-apply. And then yung sa nano-mist spray guns, can I ask po, ano po itsura nito?
Sige po. Maybe later we could do one-on-one regarding that ano po. Kasi I believe to produce, correct me if I'm right, to produce fog or yung mechanism niya, there are two. Tama po ba? It could be cold fogging, atomizing,
Okay.
which what we use.
Okay.
That is very, very good kasi hindi po niya ma-affect yung temperature ng pong anolyte. So it's very good for disinfecting the areas. But siguro ito po is yung mechanism. Hindi po siya atomizing. Hot fogging po yung
Okay.
mechanism. To address that po, we also have this variant. We came up with a solution for that. Yun pong ating fogging solution na anolyte with organic vegetable extract. Kasi there are machines po na hindi niya tatanggapin yung anolyte itself. Sabi nga po ni engineer, di ba? May oil kasi siya na ipinaprocess kasama ng solution. And meron po tayong bago na variant, yung pong ating fogging solution that is still all natural. Anolyte, tas nilagyan po natin siya ng organic vegetable extract for it to work to those hot fogging mechanism po na machine naman.
Okay. So, thank you for that, Miss Abby. Tapos dagdag ko na rin pala, no? Kasi actually, may tanong kasi si Sir Eli regarding that, yung one of our distributors, no? Kasi tinatanong niya kung meron daw effect yung anolyte pag nainitan. Ang sinagot ko sa kanya ganito. Kasi are you familiar with this? Kasi merong kinonduct na study yung principal natin. Now, what will be the effect of temperature dun sa anolyte solution natin? So, tinignan niya doon kung yung mga properties, kasi tinitingnan natin properties doon. Una-una, pH. Yung oxidation reduction potential or yung ORP. Kasi doon mini-measure yung oxidizing property of the anolyte solution, as well as free-active chlorine. Kung saan mini-measure natin yung concentration of hypochlorous acid. And then what they found out dun sa study na yon. So as we increase yung temperature of the anolyte solution, may slight effect siya, pero effective pa rin siya. So, effective din siya for hot fogging, like you stated before. Thank you.
Yes, and also po yung ating anolyte solution, no, we only need 0.5 concentration or percentage. So that is so far sa buong Pilipinas po tayo po yung kaya mag-produce ng pinakamataas na concentration ng anolyte solution. So even if magkaroon niya ng exposure sa heat, we do believe yung efficacy niya pa rin po is napakataas. Yan, okay. So moving on, talagang napakainit po, no? Please bear with us. Alam ko po, 12:00 pasado na. Huwag naman ho magbukang letson ang tingin niyo ho sa amin. Sasagutin lang po natin itong mga katanungan na to. Para pag natapos po tayo, taas po tayo sa ating mga client na this is what anolyte is. Diba? Okay, moving on to the next question. A question from Sir Art Padilla. Which is better or best in killing viruses and germs? Is it alcohol, disinfectant, or anolyte hypochlorous? And why?
Thank you, Sir Art. Actually, that's a very nice question. So to answer that question, syempre, mas effective pa rin ang anolyte solution compare mo sa alcohol disinfectant. Kasi pinakita ko naman yung comparison eh. So yung hypochlorous acid, it's very effective at 0.05% concentration or 500 ppm. Tapos pwede mo pa siyang i-dilute up to 50 ppm kung gagamitin mo siya sa fruits and vegetables. Kasi yung mga fruits and vegetables, may mga pathogens din yan na galing sa ano eh. Diba yung galing pa sa farm, fresh from the farm, syempre na-expose din yan sa environment in which maraming pathogens. Tapos yung alcohol, para maging effective, 70%. Napakataas nun. Diba? Tapos ang alcohol, may limitation kasi siya eh. Kasi effective lang siya sa mga bacteria. Tapos, may mga microorganisms na hindi niya kayang patayin. Kasi that's one of the disadvantages of using a chemical-based disinfectant. Kasi yung mga chemicals na ginagamit natin, used for disinfection, yung mga pathogens, syempre nag-mutate yan. They also adapted na kailangan kong maging resistant. They are resistant to that chemicals through time. However, ang kagandahan dito sa Anolyte solution natin, so it is naturally produced by our body. And since time immemorial, ito na yung pinoproduce ng katawan natin to fight off infection. So it doesn't develop resistance dun sa mga pathogens na present sa ngayon. So, that's all. Thank you.
Yan, thank you so much, engineer. So, sa concentration pa lang po, lamang na tayo. We only need 0.05%. Kasi may nadami pong nagtatanong before, paano po ba natin may compare ang concentration ng alcohol? Kasi our Anolyte also comes in 200 ppm, 100 ppm na applied po siya sa katawan. So, hindi lang po siya pang air, hindi lang po siya pang surfaces. Even for humans, sabi nga po ni Doc Bian kanina, it could also be used for those people na asthmatic para po makater yung infection po na kumapapit sa atin pong lalamunan para po mapatay yung mga viruses, not just to widen yun pong ating daanan ng hangin through the nebulization, but to kill the viruses na kumakapit po sa ating lalamunan. So, kung kayo po ay mga may concern sa ganun, pwede po mag-nebulize and then use the Anolyte to kill naman the viruses. In relation to that, sabi po ni Ma'am Lady, a question from her, can this be used as hand, face, and body sterilizer?
Okay. Thank you, Miss Lady Gian. That's a very good question. So actually, it's a very, very big yes. Kasi ang hypochlorous acid natin is safe sa skin, non-irritant. So it doesn't produce allergies. So pwede natin siyang i-apply sa balat natin. Kasi ang Anolyte solution is mostly tubig lang yan. Tapos yung concentration ng hypochlorous acid is very small lang. Pero small, but yet very effective, no? So that's all.
Yan. And it is also non-irritant to the skin. So, pwede po siya talaga sa mukha, pwede po talaga siya sa balat. It doesn't dry or cause dermatitis in the long use. So, napakaganda po siyang gamitin for the face, for the skin, and as body sterilizer. Basta po tama yung ating concentration. Ang ating pong ppm na applied po sa katawan, engineer, is
Yes.
for natural sanitizer po, ilang ppm po siya dapat?
Dapat siya 200 ppm.
200 ppm. Okay. So let us take that note. In relation po dun sa tanong na yun naman, di ba? So, ang hypochlorous acid po, as we discussed earlier, it is being produced by our body dun po sa ating white blood cells. Ang question po, if hypochlorous acid is produced naturally in human system, how is it added to the product?
Okay.
A question po from Ma'am Marian. Ma'am Maria, hello po.
Okay. Thank you for that wonderful question, Miss Maria. Actually, maganda yung tanong mo eh. Kasi diba yung discuss ko lang ng konti. So, yung how hypochlorous acid, how pinuproduce siya sa body natin, no? Kasi di ba pinuproduce siya ng ating white blood cells. Kasi alam mo, pag if you studied biology, ang cells meron niyang meron niyang tinatawag na yung powerhouse. So, it can create yung electricity, pero yan hindi natin nararamdaman, pero it produce electricity somewhat dun sa white blood cells. And that is produced dun sa mga ions na mula dun sa kinakain natin. Halimbawa, sodium, diba? Kasi one of the components para makapag-produce ng hypochlorous acid is sodium chloride, right? Eh, kumukonsumo naman tayo ng asin. And then our cells can produce yung electricity. And through the process of electrolysis, our body produces hypochlorous acid in very minute quantities. So, very small quantities. At yun din ang technology na ginamit ni Michael Faraday at yung mga nag-develop ng electrolysis. Naisip natin, ba pwede pala yun? Diba from human body, pwede natin siyang i-mass produce. So we can utilize the technology, what we call yung electrochemical activation or yung ECA, in which yung brine solution is passed through electricity to the process of electrolysis to produce hypochlorous acid. So that's answer your question, ma'am. Thank you.
Hala, ang dami kong sinabi. Nakamute pala ako.
Mute ka po, ma'am.
Yun, we are very grateful po, no? Let me repeat that to you. We are very grateful that we have access to this such wonderful product na chemically engineered siya from our body na talagang napakaganda ng immune system from God the Father yan, and we are able to reproduce it and produce products na kaya po natin gamitin to protect naman ourselves dun sa environment po natin. Ayan.
Tapos dagdag ko pala, Miss Abby. Actually, kasi syempre, I'm also a chemical engineer. At yun na yung magandang trend ngayon sa industry, na yung medicine and engineering pwede mo nang pagsamahin. It can be merged. Diba? Maganda, diba?
Yan. Ito po, this is a funny but very interesting question from Sir Chris. Pwede din po bang panglinis ng armpit? Bako. Hindi ko, ano po ang masasabi ninyo dyan? Because does it have deodorizing property? Ano po ang say natin dyan? Ano po ang stand natin dyan, engineer?
Actually, with this, kasi yung hypochlorous acid is, may mga studies siya na yung it can disinfect, it can kill yung mga pathogens. Yung deodorizing property, yung pamputi ng armpit. So, maghanap pa tayo ng study kung talagang pwede siya, no? That's another good opportunity, no?
Yeah, yan po ang magiging solusyon sa problema ng taong bayan. But then we could further explore that application. But sa body po, another application po na nakita natin, it's a very great opportunity din, is the wound cleaning. And yung sa pagpatay po ng fungus to the plants. Kasi ang Anolyte po, since it kills the viruses, yung pong contact time natin, tama po ba, engineer, is 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. It's even better than doing the 20 seconds or happy birthday na hand washing. So,
Yes.
Isn't that amazing po? Tapos, dun po sa mga wounds kasi, di ba, ang application po natin saan is ang pinanlilinisan betadine, o kaya po naman ay agua oxinada, or soap and water. Anolyte po, actually, we have doctors na yun na yung nire-recommend nila pang wound cleaning. Napakaganda po ng effect niya kasi it wouldn't destroy the tissues, lalo na po pag mga bedridden. If you are into medical field po, yung meron po tayong mga clinicator na end user na ang ginagamit po nila sa Anolyte is for the wound cleaning of the bed sores. So even po post-operation, wound cleaning, pwedeng-pwede po siya dahil yung po kanyang virucidal properties, napakaganda. Doon po sa mga halaman naman, dahil napakarami pong plantitos at plantitas nung nag-start po ang pandemic, pwedeng-pwede din po natin siyang i-spray doon sa leaves. Kasi syempre, yun ang maganda na walang mga nangingitim or nagbabrown. You could spray directly to the leaves, tapos iwa-wipe lang po natin siya. Tinatry po namin, anecdotal pa lang naman po, pero doon sa mosquitoes, we are trying it right now. Anecdotal pa po, but we spray it in the room para po kumbaga, we use it as a mosquito or insect repellent. So far, doon po sa ating testing, maganda po yung ating nagiging result. So maybe later on we could further discuss about that. And another question po from Sir Chris, 100 ppm needed for wound cleaning, right? Also for gargle po ba, is it 100 ppm, engineer?
Um, for this, kasi kasi 'di ba for every concentration meron siyang mga different application. So, yung 100 ppm saka yung so it is also suitable for wood cleaning saka gargling. Kasi pag medyo tinasan natin yung concentration, may na siya may aftertaste na siya. So, although yung 100 ppm is still effective for wound cleaning saka gargling. Effective pa rin siya. Kasi mas mahaba yung contact time natin for us to do the disinfection.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Other questions po? Sabi po ni Ma'am Pamela, so pure Anolyte lang po talaga dapat. Actually po, for the fogging misting, we dilute it 1:5. Ang ating pong application naman sa food, tulad po ng diniscuss po ni Doc Bien kanina, we are 1:10. Kasi po, hindi naman siya, there are studies nga po na 40 ppm could actually use for medical field na. But syempre, we don't want to be complacent dun sa ating health dahil buhay po ng tao ang ating pinag-uusapan. We want it na on the highest potent range natin siya ginagamit. So let us be clear, 100 ppm to 200 ppm for application po ng food and sa atin pong katawan, pang gargle, pang wash ng wounds, pang face and pang hand sanitize, we are 100 to 200 ppm. But if we are going to use it for the surfaces, we do have yung 500 ppm po. Yan, upcoming question from Sir Jose PH niya po, paano po naging acid ang neutral? Ito po is, I think, follow up po kanina. Kasi there is a confusion. Hypochlorous acid. From the acid na name, ang expectation po natin, basic siya or acidic in nature when we test the pH. Pero ang atin pong claim, we are on the neutral level. How do we differentiate it? I believe nandun po tayo sa terminology tayo nagkakatalo. Tama po ba, engineer? How can we further explain that to our clients?
Okay. So that's another good question. Kasi diba, yun like yung present ko doon sa presentation ko, yung hypochlorous acid kasi, ang structure kasi niyan, kung titignan mo yung molecular structure niyan, it is somewhat similar to water. Diba, ang water kasi, as we all know, neutral talaga siya. So, we can say na yung properties ng hypochlorous acid saka yung tubig is halos pareho lang. So, we can say that hypochlorous acid, although it is called acid, so it is neutral in nature. Saka, kasi, pag in neutral yung nature niya, so it exists HOCl as hypochlorous acid. Kasi, yun lang yung pH range na minimaintain natin para maging effective yung product natin. Hindi siya pwede maging acidic or hindi rin siya pwede maging basic. So, kailangan doon lang tayo sa neutral pH range para maging effective yung product natin.
To clarify, tama po ba? Doon sa structure niya, molecularly, it is an acid. Pero when we test the pH, it is neutral. Kasi doon po siguro, yung technicalities doon tayo nagkakatalo. But the pH of the solution that we have is neutral. It just so happen na ang kanya pong chemical structure, pag tinignan po natin, nakakategorize siya sa acid. Tama po ba?
Nga po. Kasi ano eh, pag nag-dissociate, kasi may ano eh, meron kami topic sa chemistry, no? Yung tinatawag namin na acid. Kasi ang acid, kasi may iba't ibang classification yan actually. Meron tayong tinatawag na Arrhenius acid, Arrhenius base, tapos if you studied chemistry, yung hypochlorous acid kasi, kaya siya tinawag na acid, kasi pag nag-dissociate siya, it produces hydrogen ion. Yung H3+, H+, the proton. Pag dissolve mo siya sa tubig. So, by that definition, yung HOCl, it is defined an acid. Pero syempre, para maging effective siya, kailangan yung pH mo must be in neutral pH. Kasi ang hypochlorous acid natin is sensitive siya sa pH.
Alright. So I think that needs another session, no, to really discuss yung technicalities dun sa names. But then I hope on the surface we are all on the same page na neutral siya for it to really penetrate into the cell wall of the virus or pathogen. Tapos i-break down po niyan parang Jenga. That's how the anolyte works po to kill the viruses. Kasi pag ang atin pong disinfectant is acidic or talagang pag tinest mo is acid, maglalaban po siya kasi acid din po ang pathogen, acid din ang gagamitin mo. Hindi po sila magkakasundo, magre-repel. Magkakaroon po ng resistant. So, yun po yung kagandahan sa atin. Medyo technical lang po siya pakinggan, pero I hope that we are all on the same page. Yan. So, any other questions po?
Ay, excuse me, Nurse Abby. Kasi may tanong dito si Miss Maria ulit. I think follow-up question na to. Yung solution ba natin can be chemical engineered? Did you happen to read that question po?
Yes po.
Kasi gusto ko sagutin.
Sure. Sige po.
Oo. Kasi ganito yan, no? To give you an idea what is chemical engineering, kasi diba, meron tayong raw materials, diba? So, ang ginagawa kasi, diba, madalas na hot topic yan eh. What is the difference between a chemist and a chemical engineer? So, ang chemist kasi, ang ginagawa niyan, more of sa research and development siya, no? Halimbawa, pag pinagalo ko to, ito yung kalalabasan. Hanggang doon lang ang chemist. Pero kami, as a chemical engineer, mula doon sa idea ni chemist, paano ko siya i-mass produce? Yan din yung So, masasabi ko dito, actually, ang anolyte natin, yung anolyte solution natin, it can be mass produced. Kasi meron tayong mga machines, yung mga cells, that is dedicated for electrolysis to convert yung brine solution natin into anolyte solution. So, yung mga machines natin na galing doon sa principal natin, so it differs dun sa output. So, yung mga hospital, siyempre, ipoproduce mo lang is about 20 liters or 40 liters per hour. So, hanggang doon lang. Pero kung gusto mo ng maramihan, meron tayong mga equipment that can produce, if I'm not mistaken, up to 600 liters per hour.
Yes.
So, from that, we can actually chemically engineer yung product natin by mass producing it. Lalo na in the future, lalo ngayon tumataas ang demand sa mga product natin. And we're looking towards the possible expansion of our plant to cater yung mga customers natin all over the Philippines. So, that's answered the question. Thank you.
Yan. So lastly na po, I would like to take this one. Sabi po from Miss Pamela, this would be the last, sobrang sarap ng ating pong usapan. Hindi niyo po namamalayan, 12:30 na po. So, let us cater this last question for now. Sabi po dito, shelf life. Ang ating pong expiry ng ating pong Anolyte solution is 1 year. So, we are happy that is very, very stable. Storage po, preferably yung hindi po siya masisinagan ng araw. That is the reason yung ating pong mga bottles is opaque para hindi po siya directly masinagan ng araw. And then, sabi po dito, sabi sa internet, it should not be exposed to UV or light or sun or air or high temperature. Tama po yan. Kasi po, um, very sensitive po ang Anolyte, kaya this is very effective po in disinfection. So, ang gusto po natin, upon delivery po sa inyo, i-delete niyo po yan sa tubig, gagamitin po natin sa fogging. Kung yan naman po ay i-store ninyo, di naman po natin yan i-store sa labas. So, definitely, nasa loob naman po ng bahay, wala naman pong direct sunlight. And then, kung ilalagay naman po natin sa sasakyan, wag lang po yung directly na nakalagay siya sa arawan para po hindi bumaba ang kanyang efficacy. But then again, where do we store naman our handheld na mga disinfection? Inside the bag naman. So no problem naman po tayo doon. So kaya lang po kaya po kaya po ganun yung ating packaging. Some of you are requesting yung packaging na para siyang ibang disinfectant na transparent or yung kita po yung loob. It is not applicable po dun sa ating product. Kailangan po talaga is opaque siya. Yon. And then the scent, we already discussed it naman po. Yon. So yan lahat naman po ay naka-sealed well po yan bago po yan ipadala sa inyo. So very, very good po yan. Alright, so I think we already catered a lot ng ating pong mga tanong and I hope napaka-dami po natin natutunan. So, thank you so much, Sir Danielson. Any last words? Gusto niyo pong i-share to our participants?
Thank you, engineer, for a very insightful talk. No, we hope the viewers learned a lot from our chemical engineer. So if you have more questions, please feel free to ask lang po.